Hi, I'm Ken. Today we're going to be talking with Sandy Escobar.
I think first and foremost we need to not be so scared or ashamed to talk about suicide. It's still such a taboo subject. People don't want to talk about it. They're maybe afraid they're going to catch the suicide bug if they hang around someone who has been affected by suicide.
Right.
We need to be okay that talk about mental health and really pay attention to our youth. That the ones that are taking their lives by suicide are between the ages of 8 and 24. That's sickening. That should not happen. And it's happening every day. So if we can bring awareness about that, feel comfortable about talking about mental health, because all of us have been affected.
Yeah.
It affected this whole thing has affected all of us with anxiety, depression, feeling hopeless, feeling will feel normal. Will we feel normal again? Will we be able to hug, go to weddings?
Right.
You know, everything. So with Sammy, he had such a light spirit. I don't want him to be forgotten about.
Right.
Because he made such an impact on everybody. Didn't matter young or old. He touched lives, and to know that that's our youth. Let's pay attention to our youth. Being online, being on Zoom classes, being in front of a screen, is not healthy. And then it's just not healthy for anything. You go into other areas. You don't have that human contact. Sammy was very much a hugger. So very much physical touch.
Oh, cool.
So needed that. We need to get back to it's okay to hug, and it's okay to hold hands. It's okay to sit by each other and elbow each other or do the little, this thing that the kids do. And, and get activities. Get these kids back into sports and all the things they enjoy. And I know one of the things that I'd love to see something. We were talking about making maybe making a couple benches for Sammy, but even maybe more than that.
Oh yeah.
And not so much about about Sammy,
right?
But to bring light. This is serious. This is not your troubled youth that this happened to.
Right.
You could not get more of a upstanding teenager than my son. Really, I mean, he was a role model and encouraged others. And because of his death, there are other students, friends of his, that have since struggled with suicidal thoughts or attempts, because Sammy was like this kid to them who they went to, and now he's gone. So why?
Right.
He's
their hero.
It's serious. He was their hero, and now he's gone. So to live on with his memory, how that could be. I know, maybe doing some kind of festival, walks, runs, hikes, things that he loved, and bringing awareness, but making it fun for kids, getting them interacting again, getting them together.
Right.
We need that. These kids are suffering from things, and we won't know for generations to come the impact of what this pandemic has caused unnecessarily. And it scares me to think of what that could be. I know a friend of mine started, childhood friend from Turlock, Michelle Sanchez, started a Facebook group called Steps for Sammy, and it's to bring awareness to youth suicide. And so she approached me with it, and she goes, I'd like to start this group. And started maybe a month ago, and there's maybe over 600 members so far.
Oh, really?
And it's people all over. Wow. And it's to bring awareness and talk and to keep Sammy's memory alive, but it's also for us because Sammy loved the outdoors, loved hiking, to get us outdoors, all of us, and take steps in Sammy's memory, but for our mental health, because it's so beneficial if we can get out in the fresh air and walk and hike. And a lot of people, it's on Facebook called Steps for Sammy, and you join. A lot of people will post their steps for that day or take a picture of a tree or what they did. And some people do, and they don't post. That's okay, as long as they're getting outside.
Right.
And already the stories we're hearing about, oh my gosh, I don't have anxiety anymore. My depression is lifting.
Oh, cool.
Thank you so much. Sammy is saving lives. That right there.
That's what you want.
That's what we want.
Right.
Get outside, walk.
Exactly.
Just walking does so much.
Exactly.
And breathing in the air and making eye contact with people
Mhm.
and smiling. You know, Sammy and I had this thing that we did since he was little, I think as far back as 8 years old. Every day we'd make a pact that if we could, our goal was to make eight people smile a day each. And however that
very
was,
cool.
and he'd come home from school, okay, Mom, I got 9 today. What'd you get? But it was done, he did it sincerely.
Right.
Just, you know, in a grocery store, hi, how you doing? Or just smiling at someone. That right there.
What a
You
cool
don't
game.
know if maybe what they were thinking at that moment. And this was long before thinking, you know, they could be, now I think of it since Sammy's death, but thinking maybe that person's thinking of taking their life. And maybe you're their shining light that day.
Right.
So if you can just reach out and give someone a genuine smile, reach something that they can't reach in the grocery store shelf, something, hold a door open and say, hi, how you doing?
I know.
Just can change someone's whole outlook. So just simple things like that. You know, nothing doesn't have to be, if we all just do little things,
I know.
it builds.